Ladies and gentlemen, we are thrilled to introduce our next speaker, Mr. Saakshar Duggal. Saakshar sir comes with a robust background as an advocate at Delhi High Court, and his journey has been about empowering individuals and organizations throughout the power of articulate speech and legal insights. Sir has given around 15 TEDx speeches by now. Today, he is here to address one of the most urgent challenges facing our world today, the triple planetary crisis. Join me in welcoming Mr. Saakshar Duggal onto the stage.
Like a mic or?
You guys love jokes? Who all love jokes? Please raise your hands. Everyone does, right? Let me tell you some jokes and listen to this very carefully. Climate crisis, global warming, ecology. I mean, we have heard these terms since eternity, right? Doing school projects, making projects on saving our environment, but I think it's a joke. Guys, you're not laughing. I mean, come on. Even if we think it's serious, guess what? The reality is that our actions portray us that this is a joke. And you know what's a bigger joke? That we think this is serious. It is hypocritically true, right? It is pure hypocrisy. We think it's serious, but what are we doing? One of my friends, I was just having a word with him a couple of weeks back, and we were talking about this topic. And you know what he was saying? He told me that, Saakshar, I'll not be here for the next 200 years. So why should I care? My generations will take care of this. And today, what can happen with just small actions? Yes, he recognizes the compound effect. But this shows the attitude of not just my friend, but for almost everyone present in this room. This is a huge problem we have heard n number of times. And don't worry, I'll not bore you with all the technicalities, with all the rubbing effect, that why is it important, but I'll give you a stark reality. Our planet today is at a critical juncture where, honestly, we are at a do or die situation. Either we'll go through this phase properly, otherwise, guess what, as Elon Musk says, suicide is near to humanity. When we talk about environment, numbers also portray the same picture. And it's not according to me, it's according to all the big bodies in the world. You just name it. WHO, UNICTED, UNEP and whatnot. Some of these numbers are startling. Globally, every year, more than 1 million premature deaths are seen because of air pollution. Globally, 90% of our live fish stocks are overexploited. 2024 is recorded as the most hottest year, and I guess 2025 will surpass that. We are seeing n number of different permutations and combinations happening throughout the world. A few days back, we saw snowfall in Dubai. Floods also took place there as well. In India also, ideally the winters should have started, but they have not started. We are observing these phenomena, yet I'm not sure what are we doing for this. Ladies and gentlemen, the fortunate part today is that, yes, environmental problems are immense, but there is one ray of hope. One ray of hope, which we call it as the eco-harmony. What is eco-harmony? Well, in simple terms, eco-harmony is the balanced approach between all living beings and the nature. It is to realize the fact that everything is interconnected. Nothing is separate. If you are able to respect the nature, we'll be having a proper livelihood. But again, another problem. We know all of this, right? I'm sure all of you in the room know what all these things are. Even if you don't know what are the terms, then what is the problem? Why are we not doing anything? And the good part is, in fact, not the good part, and the interesting part is that we have n number of campaigns for this, right? I'm sure in schools, colleges, nation states are also taking proactive actions. But Where are the results? Where are the results? Do you agree that different campaigns are happening throughout the world to save our environment? Please raise your hands. Have you seen that? Whether it's on social media or you can see in different schools and colleges. But again, where is the result? Where is it going? You know where is the problem? The problem is that we are not understanding that we all are interconnected. To achieve this vision of eco-harmony, we have to respect this triangle. Now you'll tell me, like, what is this triangle exactly? I call it as the trio for bringing eco-harmony. Because I personally believe that there are 4 crucial components that we need in order to achieve this vision for eco-harmony. And again, this will not happen today, but it will only happen if all these 3 parties plus 1 component will play a crucial and an equal role together. So what are these 3 parties? Again, common sense, but yet not so common. It's nothing new, right? Significant international bodies, nation states, individuals. We all know these 3 parties. But unfortunately, we are not doing the work in a team. Even if all these significant international bodies such as the United Nations can come up with n number of things, or the nation states can come up with different policies, or as individuals, we are taking proactive actions. If 3 of them are not contributing equally, the result will be net 0. And this is a proven fact. You can see every country in the world, in fact today also, one of the top countries in the world who are trying to achieve 0 carbon footprint are facing this challenge. Because somewhere or the other, one party is lacking. And there are some basic rules and rules as well as principles that every party needs to adhere to. For example, the United Nations, they hold the most pivotal responsibility of educating the globe as to what exactly is happening, number 1. Number 2, providing universal principles. Again, we know this fact. Why am I rubbing this fact again and again? Just to make you realize that we know everything, yet we are not taking any action. When we talk about nation states, yes, we are the first people who are just living with the blame game, right? The government is not doing this, the government is not doing that. But do you know, if I just talk about India, there are n number of environmental policies that have been there, considering the principles of United Nations as well. And if I come to the third party, individuals, I'm sorry to say these campaigns won't work. Because we have seen the last decade, these campaigns are, unfortunately, they're getting results, but that is not even 1% of what is required. Because again, there is no harmony in this. We've talked about eco-harmony, but without the team, without these 3 components working together, how will we achieve eco-harmony is the biggest question. And last but not the least, I said 3 parties and 1 big component. Can you see this red part? This is one component which surrounds all 3 parties. Can you guess what is this major component? Without this component, you cannot achieve eco-harmony in today's times. Can anyone guess? Anyone? Random guesses? Okay, I can hear some names, but I'll make things easy for you. Technology. Now you'll think, now he'll start again. He'll come up with some n number of tech words, new inventions, what is happening throughout the globe. I'll do that. I'll make it very much simple. But again, we know this also, but how are we optimizing it at every level? Again, playing blame game is very easy. It's very, very easy. But we're not getting the results. And if you have that mentality, as my friend who said that, okay, we are not here for 200 years, right? We can see the ill effects today as well. Pollution, hurricanes, floods, droughts, and whatnot. If it's not happening in your city, doesn't mean it's not happening throughout the globe, or it will not happen. And the most interesting part is that nature has its own sweet way to take revenge. Nature finds ways through which it can actually balance out the whole ecosystem. And COVID-19 was the biggest example of this. If you closely look at COVID-19, a lot of human species were wiped out. Ecosystems revived, right? So nature has a sweet way to take revenge, but unfortunately that revenge is only taken because of to us, against us. Why? Because unfortunately we are a burden on this planet. You agree it or not? We are a burden. But if you are able to optimize technology in a harmonious manner, this is the only bridge through which we can achieve eco-harmony. If I talk about the past, just to give you a brief, United Nations has been, fortunately, they have been doing their job since the last couple of decades. 1972 Stockholm Declaration, 1992 Rio Declaration, and in 2000 the UN Global Compact. I'm sure you have heard these names, right? But just in your textbooks. What was the overall achievement of all these declarations? One common principle, which was specifically highlighted in the Rio Declaration, which was sustainable living. Again, we all know about sustainable living. Living in such a manner so that we are not a burden on the Mother Earth, but we are just opposites of it. We are creating n number of burdens altogether. However, this sustainable living is actually revolutionizing in today's times thanks to new technologies like artificial intelligence. If I talk about today, there are n number of countries, cities, companies as well, who are using technology to harmonize and bring eco-harmony. For example, Singapore with the huge solar farms, China with the world's biggest electrohydrical dam, or Denmark, who's using green infrastructure. They're using homes to create green roofs, ceilings, in fact, aiding the whole society. They are trying to achieve zero carbon footprint by the year 2026. If I talk about some cities, Zurich, Amsterdam, they're working on the smart city model, where they're using artificial intelligence to actually optimize this so-called concept of smart cities. Managing resources, equal energy distribution, managing traffic, and renewing resources again and again. Big companies like Amazon and Microsoft have actually submitted as well as admitted to the fact that they want to make sustainable development at the center of the things. They are trying their best to reduce carbon footprint, to get more technologies which can help us conserve and reuse the renewable energies again and again. And if I talk about the specific, we have talked about companies, cities. If I talk about individuals, there are n number of NGOs who are taking a stand. But again, this is a scattered approach. We are not united in this mission. And when I talk about technology, unfortunately, there is one huge challenge that comes with technology as well. Whenever we hear about technology, we think that everything is fine. It's all good. But sustainable living through technology has one huge challenge, which is called the digital divide. How many of you know about this term digital divide? I'm sure many of you do. More than 3 billion people on the planet, they don't have access to basic technology. And then we are talking about AI. No doubt AI is creating a significant impact in some parts. But if it's a global problem, then this problem of digital divide should be solved ASAP. And again, this is not just part of one party. It's not about United Nations. It's not about any specific nation state. Or it's not even about you guys. It's about a collective effort together that we all can create. And last but not the least, the harsh reality is, after giving the speech, after this session, this won't matter. Nothing will matter. We guys will be resuming our own work. In our day-to-day lives, we'll be busy, right? And we'll think that, okay, yet another session on ecology. But if you understand the magnitude of this problem, and if you see that today also, this problem, forget about you, this problem is affecting your parents, your friends, and in the coming times, your children as well. I repeat, your children as well. Today you won't understand because you think life is all sorted, it's fine. But in a couple of years, you'll understand the collective mishappening done by this respective time can cause a huge carnage in the near future. If you'll ask me that, okay, nation states, United Nations, we talked about them, but what about us? What should we do? Okay, we understand the magnitude, but are there any simple ways? This might sound monotonous or in fact kiddish as well, but there are 3 simple ways to do it. RRR. I'm not talking about the film RRR. I'm talking about the simple framework which was taught to us in first standard. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Now I can see the faces. A lot of smiles out there. Oh, we know it. If you know it, then what's the problem? Where are we lacking? Why are we not taking action? And guess what? There are n number of examples. As I said, hypocrisy is at the top. There are n number of examples where people are running these campaign drives and at home, they're doing the mere opposite. Why? Because they want to show that they're doing something. But that is not the case, right? I'm not telling you to leave your work, go for these eco drives and stuff. Don't do that. Just have a simple mindset in place that eco-harmony is our responsibility, is my responsibility, not our. It's my sole responsibility. And what are some small actions, just small actions, which I can take just to create 0.00001% difference? And then compound effect will come up to take the job of the rest. We all know that, okay, yes, reuse, reduce, recycle. We don't want plastic. We want, all these materials which are there. But the moral of the story is, it's not about technology. It's about, yes, it's about these 3 parties, but it's about you. It's about every single individual on this planet. They should understand this one thing, that gone are those days when this concept of environment or eco-harmony was just taught in textbooks or was a part of our cultural theme fests. No. It's a do or die situation. And today we can see the ill effects post-COVID-19. If you guys today can just take one single step, just one single step, multiply that, and you'll see the amount of results that can happen in the near future. It's a collective problem, but this problem has given all of us to contribute personally at our respective places. And if you're able to do that, your future generations will definitely thank you for this. Thank you so much, guys. And before leaving, I would like to, like to convey my thanks to Michelle ma'am as well. I've troubled her a lot, and she's been very much polite to, host me properly. And can we have a huge round of applause for the whole team, guys? Lovely. Thank you so much.